Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. I am Shan with your inspirational and motivational moments. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up, comment down below, and subscribe. And also hit that bell to be notified every time that I post on this channel. I wanted to make sure I came back on here and I gave some encouraging words to all of the teen moms out there. You know, whether you just found out that you are getting ready to be a teen mom or whether you just gave birth. You know, I just wanted to make sure I gave you guys some encouraging words and, you know, just to reassure you that everything is going to be okay, you know. And one thing that I want you guys to write down is get you a little sticky note, write this down and stick it wherever, in your room, on your mirror, in the bathroom, wherever, just somewhere that so you can see this every single day when you get up. I just want you to write down, if God is for me, who can be against me? If God is for you, who can be against you? Think about that. If God is for you, who can be against you? Nobody can be against you, because you got the most powerful man on your side standing by you every single day, no matter how many times you mess up. That's the good thing about God. God gives us new mercies every single day. That means he gives you a chance every single day to get it right. So if God is for you, who can be against you? Another thing that I want you to write down is, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. And that is Philippians 4:13. You can do all things through Christ who strengthens you. Everything is going to be okay. Everything is going to be okay. That's one thing I did not realize back then. I thought that my life was going to always be full of chaos, full of drama, full of sadness, full of depression, full of stress. I thought I was going to always feel like this. Oh, like that. I'm sorry. But what I didn't realize, God had a plan for me. I didn't realize that everything that I went through in my childhood was for the good of me. That's why I'm able to sit here and speak to you guys through these lenses and tell you guys my testimony. My childhood has made me so much more stronger. Everything that I went through in my past has so much strength. I never thought in a million years that little old Shan, girl who used to be so shy, who used to be so mean, who couldn't stand people, who had her first child at 13 years old, then turned around and had her second child at 18 years old, who had 3 kids before she was 25 years old, who had to deal with so much drama in her household, dealing with my mom not really liking me, dealing with my stepdad not liking me, not feeling loved, not graduating from high school, making all these mistakes. I would have never thought in a million years I would be right here in front of you guys telling my story. And this is the beginning, because God has so much more in store for me. A lot of people didn't even think that I would be here because of how my attitude used to be, and because I had my first child at the age of 13 years old. A lot of people counted me out. A lot of people talked down on me. A lot of people didn't think I was going to be anything. And that's family members, that's peers, just because I had my first child at the age of 13 years old and then turned right back around and had my second one at 18. But see, when God is for you, it don't matter what people say about you. It don't matter what people think about you. It don't matter. So when people are running their mouths you just let it fall. Just dust it off. And everything is going to be okay. Because the only person that you should worry about how they feel about you, what they think about you, is God. You are not what people say you are. You are who God says you are. And that's one thing that I had to learn. Because all these years, I've had so many people talk so much, just so many negative things about me, have so much to say. And I used to let that stuff get to me. I used to let that stuff get to my head. And I used to think that's who I was. But when I got to know who God is, and when God started to tell me who I am, then I had to realize, oh, I'm not this. I'm not that. Shan is who God says Shan is. And that's what you need to understand. Your life is not over because you are a teen mom. No, even if you have 2 kids as a teenager, that's not the ideal thing, but your life still isn't over. God called me. Something that I thought that I just didn't think that God would ever call me. But God called me. And who's to say that he can't do the same thing for you? Who's to say that? Don't listen to what people say. People are going to talk. Everybody judges. Everybody in this world, everybody that is a human, have had something to say negative about somebody, including myself. I have judged other people. I have talked very negative about other people. And God had to get me on that. So people are going to talk. People are going to judge you. But you have to not pay any attention to that and only listen to who God say you are. That's the only person you are. If you want to go to college, go to college. Don't put no limitations on yourself just because you have a child. Don't do that. Fight for you. Fight for what you want to do in this life. It first starts by you have to believe in you. You have to believe that you can do whatever it is that you set out to do. Because it don't matter if mommy and daddy believe in you, or sister and brother, or your friends, or your cousins, or whoever. If you don't believe in you, if you don't believe that you can be a lawyer, then you're not going to be a lawyer. You have to believe in yourself and know, once again, if God is for me, who can be against me? And also know that I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. And everything is going to be okay. Take care of your child. And take care of yourself. Even if you are in a very negative situation, trouble don't last always. It don't last always. God is preparing you for something bigger than you can even understand. But you cannot give up. You have to keep going. You have to keep going. No matter how tough the road gets. No matter how many times you want to quit. You have to keep going. Graduate from high school. Go to high school and do your best. That's one thing that I messed up at as well. It wasn't just my life at home. I also made some mistakes as well in high school. Some assignments that I didn't turn in just because I didn't want to turn in. Skipping classes just because I just wanted to hang with my friends. You know what I'm saying? Just doing crazy stuff that I knew that would hurt me. So it wasn't all about everything that I was going through at home. I made some poor choices myself. So when you know that you have an assignment that's due, do your assignment and turn it in. Do your best. Don't settle for less. Don't settle for less. Be great. When you do stuff, do it with greatness. So go to school, focus in school, and have a goal. What is it that you want out of life? What is your 5-year goal? What is it that you are hoping God to do in your life? And go from there. And we also need to understand, because this is something that I did not see when I was growing up. But one thing children have to understand is our parents are human. Our parents are human. Humans make mistakes every day. Humans make mistakes. And I think kids get, because I know, I'm going to just speak for me, because I know when I was growing up, I used to think that my parents couldn't make no mistake, because they brought me into this world. I didn't ask to come into this world. So they ain't got room for mistakes. They need to do everything right. Everything right. Do everything that is going to work out for me, for the good of me. So when my mama and my daddy used to do stuff, what's wrong with them? I didn't ask to come into this world. They brought me into this world. But what we need to understand is our parents make mistakes. And it wasn't until I had my children and I realized that it's impossible to be a perfect parent. It's impossible. It is impossible to be a perfect parent. Parents are going to make mistakes. That's just the bottom line. They are going to make mistakes. And we have to realize that they are humans. Just like we as kids make mistakes, grown-ups make it as well. It's no perfect parent. It's no perfect mommy. It's no perfect daddy. And that's what we have to get out of our heads. And like I said, it wasn't until I became a mom and my kids started growing up and, started talking to me and telling me, Mom, you are doing this and I don't like it. And then I'm like, oh, okay. All right. Yeah. It's no perfect parent. So, just stay motivated and stay focused. Cut out all of the craziness. You are a kid, have fun. But realize when it's time to be serious and when it's time to have fun. When you are in high school and you are trying to graduate, that's the time to be serious. I mean, it is some fun in high school. Yes, have fun. Yes, enjoy your high school years. It's fun. I'm sure it's fun, as I ain't really get to enjoy mine, but it's fun. Enjoy it. But you need to understand that do what you need to do. And realize that now it's not just all about you. You have a child that you have brought into this world. So now you have to try your best to make the best decision that you can for you and your child. And if you want to go to college when you graduate from high school, go to college, pursue it. But don't give up on yourself. No matter what people are saying about you or to you, your life is not over because you had your child at whatever age you had them. When you are a teenager, your life is not over. Everything is going to be all right. And remember, this is just a part of your journey. You had to go through this experience. This is going to benefit you. You may not see that now, but later on down the line, you're going to see it. One day you're going to see why you had to go through so much. And one thing that I really do appreciate about my mom is my mom was with me through my whole pregnancy. My mom did not kick me out. She did not make me go get an abortion. She told me from the beginning, you had this, you laid down and you got pregnant. You're going to take care of this child. I'm going to help you. But that's not my responsibility. That is your responsibility. And I appreciate my mom for that, because that made me a whole lot more responsible. My mom was with me through my whole pregnancy. And she was upset with me. And she was embarrassed. But she stood right by my side. She went to every doctor's appointment. She went with me when I had to go to my groups. It was a group session that the hospital used to have for teenagers. And my mom was with me every step of the way. My mom is the one who had to pay for daycare. I was 13 years old. I couldn't get no job. But my mom was the one who took care of the daycare fees. She's the one who purchased diapers and wipes and formula. My mom did all of that. So that is the positive out of that negative situation. Even though me and her relationship wasn't the best, we did not have a good relationship. But my mom, she stood by her daughter, no matter how embarrassed she was, and she helped me with my child. When my son was first born, my mom is the one who was taking him to daycare or to my cousin's house. It wasn't me. It was my mom. So, although if you are in a negative situation, start to look at the positives and not just focus on the negative so much. Because that's one thing that I did. I was so wrapped up into the negative back then, I couldn't see all of that. Just being a teenager, being young, being selfish, I thought, well, I'm her daughter. That's what she have to do. That's the least she can do. This is how I was thinking back then. But no. Because that is your child. So when you have somebody in your corner, whether it's your parents or whether it is other family members, be appreciative. Be appreciative. Because you have to understand, you need to always remember, it's always somebody, some other teen, some other little girl who's just had her baby or who is pregnant, and she don't have no family members to stand by her. It's some girls out there that is like that. So I appreciate my mom for that. And not only my mom, I appreciate my son's great grandmom and auntie. They did a whole lot for my child. A whole lot. They came and got him. They gave me breaks. My mom didn't really have to worry about buying clothes because they took care of that, clothes and shoes. So I was very blessed. Even when I didn't see it back then, I was very blessed. See, we don't see the things that God is doing when we are so wrapped up into our negativity. But God is always working. Even when we don't see him, he is always working. So that's why you got to step outside of that negativity. Start speaking to that enemy that wants you to only see the negative in every situation. Start speaking to him and getting him out of your mental and start seeing the positives. My dad, he left for a while, but he eventually returned. He wasn't so involved. He wasn't really involved like I think he could have been, but he still did certain things. He still did certain things. So I am grateful for that as well. But just recognize when God put people in your life to help you, and cherish those people and thank those people. I'm sorry. and not just always see the negativity. Everything is going to be all right. God have you in this situation for a reason. He have you here for a reason. You may not know the reason today. You may not know it tomorrow. You may not know it next year. But he's going to show you the reason that you had to go through so much in your life. Get to know who God is. Get to know this loving God that loves you unconditionally, who never gives up on you. Even if you give up on him, and even if you give up on yourself, God will never give up on you. And you need to get to know him. Know who this God is. Know who you are in God. Everything is going to be all right. You may be going through a rough patch right now, but once again, trouble do not last always. And everything is going to be okay. So get yourself some sticky notes and write down some positive affirmations. And just stick them all around your room and your bathroom. And just go back to it. To help you keep, to uplift you when you're feeling down and you have nobody to talk to, or you don't want to talk to anybody. But if God can do it for me, this girl right here who had 2 kids before she was 19 years old, God can do it for you. Everything is going to be all right. And I pray that this video helped you. And just know that you are worthy. You are worthy. You are worthy to be loved, to be happy, to be joyful. You are worthy. In case nobody have told you that today, you are worth much more than what you are doing. God has so many plans in store for you. But first you have to understand that everything is going to be all right. Everything is going to be all right. I love you. God loves you. And I will see y'all on the next video. Take care. Bye.